In our world, in our life, in our society, religion is a fact. You can't avoid it. Maybe you are not religious, maybe you are an atheist, but still, you can't avoid it because people around us, they're religious in various ways. God is an integral part of our life, day to day life. At least we celebrate God and religions. Many religions are there, and the definition of God varies from religion to religion. But the very unique point, although it's the same thing, but we like to quarrel, we like to hate each other, so we make difference when we discuss about religion, that I am better than you are worse than me, my people are huge number in this world. This kind of arguing is going on for a long time. You may be religious, you may not be religious, but you can't deny the existence, the effect of religion in our life. No one can avoid that. No one. If he is a person with sense and sensibility, if he is a conscious political person, a social person, he can't avoid the effect, the influence of religion. So, most of the religion, it guides people in a way so that they can live a very peaceful life, a life without hatred, a life without fighting, quarreling, arguing, a life with love, a life of submission to God, and while obeying his God or his order, people automatically become peaceful. Wherever you may go, it may be Sanatan, it may be Islam, it might be Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, anywhere you go, if you dive deep into the theory, you will find that the religion was originally based to make people live in a peaceful way, a meaningful life. Religion gave us purpose of life. Without religion, without God, actually we don't have any kind of purpose. Not, yes, we have purposes, but they are very small. But religions, it gave us purpose throughout our life, and even it leads to afterlife. So it's huge. It's very vast. So while religion was first originated to make people balanced, to make people live happily and peacefully and with a meaning. But the bitter truth is now we are mostly quarreling, arguing, fighting, threatening each other, hate we hate each other for religion. This is ridiculous. This is very much ridiculous. And actually we're hypocrites. Most of the religious people, they are hypocrites in a way, because while they talk about religion, while they talk about belief, They say that we believe in God, we are submitted to God. We are submitted to God, it means whatever He says, the God, we are okay with it. We must obey it, and we don't complain anything about that. But in reality, if you have a close connection with them, close relationship with them, you will find most of them, they don't obey God's order. They are just declaring the God's supremacy as a formality. We should be religious, so they are religious. They don't understand religion at all. They don't have the lesson, they don't carry the lesson of the religion. And the most ugly thing is that they are not happy, they are not okay with God's decision. If a person says that I believe in God, I submit myself to God, to Allah, to Bhagavan, to Krishna, to Jesus. Jesus is not God, I don't believe he is a God, I do believe he is a prophet, a very important prophet, both in Islam and in Christianity, and also in Judaism. To Jew people, he is also a prophet. So they don't they are not okay with God's decision. For example, if a person says that I believe in God, I submit myself to God's will, it means he he ornamented his daily life with God's instructions. He gets up early in the morning before sunrise. He does prayer. He doesn't hate people. He doesn't use his voice roughly or against weak people, against oppressed people, against suffering people. He helps the suffering people. He is soft hearted. But if you pay attention, you will see that they are just religious with their physicality, with their ceremony, but in their thinking, in their dreaming, in their way of life, you will find almost no reflection of religion, almost no reflection of God. For example, if a person believes in God, he will never be sorry, he will never be sad for anything, because in Quran Allah said, I make all the decisions. It is me who makes all the decision. So if I believe in Allah and something happens to me, how could I be sad? If I become, there's a plane. If I become sad, that means I am not okay with God's decision. That means I have not submitted myself to Him. That means God's decision is disliked by me. That means I was not in harmony with God. If I was in harmony with God, then for sure I wouldn't become sad. I would be happy. Even death comes right now, and I am a submitted person to God. It doesn't make me sad. It shouldn't make me sad. It's logic. If you say you are a believer, if you say you are a Muslim means who submit all of his existence to God. If you say you are a Sanatani, that means you are harmonious with the law of God, the eternal law. That means Sanatan. Then you should never feel sorry in your entire life. Some people say that they believe in God, they believe in God's judgment, they believe in God's existence in everywhere. He's omnipresent. He believes that. But you will see that he is fearful in some cases. Whenever disease comes, whenever something happens to him which he didn't expect, unexpected things happen to him, he feels sorry, he feels fearful, he feels disappointed, he complains. It's not harmonious with the saying of his with the with his declaration of submission. It's not harmonious. It doesn't match. So actually we all are hypocrites. We we, we declare something, we claim something, but actually in our heart we don't believe that. We claim something, we scream with some sentences, but in our heart we don't feel it. Actually we don't uh, we have no feelings for that. So we are hypocrites. A believer, uh, a believer is a king. If he really believes, he should be a king. He will live like a king because the omnipresent, the Almighty, is with him all the time. If he really feels the Almighty is with him all the time, and he is in a connection with him, whom he should fear? What might make him afraid? Nothing, because he is with the Creator, because he has a connection, deep connection with him. But actually he is fearful because he knows that he is not submitted at all with the by the name of Allah, by the name of God, by the name of Bhagavan. Actually he serves his sensual pleasures, his worldly, social, socially, social demands, worldly demands. He wants, or he expects that if he declares in a loud voice where many people are hearing him, if he declares that I submit to God, I'm a religious person, wears religious dresses like Punjabi, cap in the head, or other religious ornaments, he expects that God will serve him. Whatever he wants in this life may be good. Maybe he wants to oppress someone, maybe he wants to take someone's land, maybe he wants to get richer than anyone, maybe he wants to get a long life so that he can enjoy his physical pleasures more. Whenever he expects that God would serve him, actually, whenever we say we believe in God, we submit ourselves to God. Actually, we believe that from today, from this moment, God will serve me. Whatever I pray to Him, whatever I pray to Him, He must give it to me. If He doesn't, I will complain. I'll be very unhappy. This is how religious beliefs have been corrupted for a long time. It's a very Our belief system is very much corrupted because we are not eager to go close to God. We expect that we sit here and God will come to us and serve our purposes, whatever we want in this life. That's how. That's how we become out of grace. That's how we are devoid of blessing in our life. We don't feel peace in our prayer. We don't feel peace in our belief because our belief is wrong. A person who feels sad, something sorrowful happens to him, it happens because for his own deed. He did something. That's why it happens to him. So, the natural law, the law of God, it's equal for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, it doesn't matter if you're a Hindu, Sanatani, it doesn't matter if you are a Christian or Jew or anyone or an atheist. Whatever you do, your result, your outcome will come in a neutral way. Because in every religion, in many other, in different languages, it is always described that God is merciful, but God is neutral. He is not a partial God, that I am a Muslim, so whatever I do, nothing will happen to me. No, 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 no. If God does that, then he will be a partial God. He will be an unjust God. If you're a religious person, that means your responsibility is higher. So don't misunderstood God. Don't misunderstand God. Don't abuse God. He's just the way he is. He or she. Don't make a pronoun fight. Okay, I'm just saying. I have to say something with words, so I am using the word he. I don't think God as a person. I think God as an existence, a supreme authority, a supreme power, something which I can't even imagine. One of the major fault of humanity, of our human mind, is that we think with this simple brain, we must know everything. Whatever I don't understand, it doesn't exist. I I wouldn't believe that. Okay, fine. You are doing nothing, but you are being a loser. You are missing something. You are missing something because the whole universe is, we have no idea how big it is, how vast it is, how enormous it is. A scientist, he is not arrogant. He is okay. He is sublime. The more he discovers, the more humble he becomes. Because the more he discovers, he realizes that how much he doesn't know. That's why once a wise man, maybe Newton, said that, or Einstein, I'm sorry, I can't remember right now. Once he said that I'm wise because I know how much I don't know. So scientists or theologists, with their great knowledge, they are humble. They believe God. Sometimes they don't believe God, but they are humble. But he who reads science magazine once in a while, he is very arrogant. He thinks he is very smart because he reads science magazine once in a while. He can speak in English, and to him, nature is stupid. He knows a lot, but the tree doesn't know a thing. He knows a lot, but the ordinary cat, dog knows nothing. So he is very smart. But all the creation is a is an unending, is an eternity of knowledge. Maybe they can't explain. A cat doesn't explain it. He can't. But he is a masterpiece of creation. Can you create a cat with your own instruments or your own elements? No, you can't. Even if you want to clone a cat, you will need a cell of a cat, and that's not yours. That's nature's. That's God's. Actually, we don't even know, even today, we don't even know a single cell with its all eternity or entirety. We don't know it. We're still discovering a single cell. We still can't explain how my heart is collecting energy to beat for beating. Even it beats without the direction of the brain. Brain is nothing without heart. We think our brain is superior, so we are superior. But you know that without your heart's pumping, your brain is nothing. It will die within 5 minutes maybe. So how's the heart is beating? So there's a lot of thing, lot of mysteries around us. We don't find enough time to explore that because we are very busy with our family life, with our politics, with our social affairs. But a lot of mysteries is hidden within me. I am the mystery, I am the miracle. But for this social, political, international distractions, there are a lot of events going on around us, fighting, war threats, political unrest. So we find it's hard we, to concentrate on ourselves. That's why we miss a lot of things, a lot of aspects, a lot of God's mystery. So I say most of the people are religiously hypocrite. That's why, because they say that I believe in God, but they are fearful. They say that we are submitted to God, but they don't do anything. They still question about God's decision. Why is this happening? I don't believe that. I don't accept that. I don't want it. And we often, day to day life, we often commands him, do it, do that, do those. Even when our local football players are playing with while dividing in two teams, we pray to God. We pull down God to our local football game. He would now make a decision that my team should win. If my team doesn't win, I'm very sorry. Suddenly, I'm very unhappy. So, whenever we say we believe in God, we serve God, in any religious people, in any country, actually we don't believe it. Most of the people don't believe it. Some of them, of course, believe that, but most of the people doesn't believe that. They actually expect that God will serve them from now on. So we have to understand why God's blessing is not working for us. Why we are not blessed. We are not blessed because we are hypocrites. We, we are hypocrites. We are very much hypocrites. Judge yourself, answer to yourself. Do you do anything what you say? How, what percentage? What percentage of uh, the saying you do in your day to day life? And especially when you are alone. Because when we are with people when we are with in front of society, we do a lot of things for acting, for the sake of the people, not for the God, for the sake of the society, for the sake of people. But when you are alone at night, at late night, in the morning, when you are very much alone, no one is watching you, would you be a submissive soul? Would you do what you have said already? Would you be okay if God says that I will take your soul today? Would you be okay with that? If you are not okay with that, that means you are not submitted. You did submit, you just said it with your voice. Saying something with our voice is very easy, anyone can do that. But to make a reflection in his attitude, in his daily programming schedule, it's not that easy. If religion, if God doesn't gain a reflection in your life, in your voice, in your thought, in your mind, in your heart, in your total existence, you are not a religious person, you are not a submitted person, you are just a hypocrite. In some cases, atheists are not hypocrites. Actually, what they do, what they say, they think what they say. In in some cases, they are not hypocrites, but religious people, so-called religious people, most of them are hypocrites. I wish they could understand it and get their self, get themselves out of it.